might as well just turn everything off. It's like link protection, I guess. Can be good, but yeah, well, then I need to whitelist all the links or websites. Uh, really don't want to do that. Uh, uh, how to use game engines and build games basically, and game engines, in also using VR development, or using VR as part of the development process basically. Also, I learned how to make 3D objects in Blender. Also, I learned how to work in teams during the game development process. Thank you for follow, Shadow Blue. Blue Wave. Yeah, let's see, what did you say? Every time I install Blender in Unity, I can only make a cube and never proceed past that, even though I really want to make all sorts of simulators and make fun things. Yeah. I mean, well, I could start like doing something simple. The best way to learn is doing projects, I would say. So, like, say that you, just let's say make an role-playing game as a project, and you have 1 month on you to make that project, and then you start like doing everything and do YouTube research, check learning videos on YouTube. Then you like learn how to use tools and stuff like that, and then you will learn basically how to make things. Also, there are a lot of free assets and resources available, so you don't need to make all the 3D objects by yourself. You can like download free characters and free environments and all kinds of free stuff to help you in your development process basically. And just make a prototype basically is the best thing to do, go for instead of a finished game. Prototype is like a unfinished version of a game, so and you make it because you don't want to spend resources on making the perfect game the first time you make it, because it's easier to like change and iterate on the development cycle by making it with like bad assets, so to speak. So like if I call myself a game designer, I will like make a very rough prototype at first, And then when I am happy with the game, then I will like employ artists and animators that will help make the environment and all the assets that I need, basically. After that, but in order to make a game, you need basically a designer and a programmer. But you could be both if you're skilled enough. How much would you pay the animators? I don't know. I have no clue. I am not. I haven't even thought about it because I am not the owner of the company. I'm just a designer. But if I was the designer and the owner, then it would be more relevant for me to know how much to pay an animator. Yeah. Like for example, someone says to me, says that I need a game designer to design a game, then they might hire me out of like 2 million other game designers that is out there. Yeah, and someone will get hired, and then they are tasked to make a game basically. And then they make the game, prototype, and then they will say, then you usually do some user tests. You take some like other developers or your target audience, preferably, and then you like basically test the game and you get some feedback on it if it's good or not, and then you like at that point you can like start hiring artists and stuff like that, because you have like a proof of concept then that your concept works and it's like fun and enjoying for other players. So then it's time to invest basically, I would say. Would you say that the game market is crowded, saturated, both in terms of people working in it and the amount of game released available? It's definitely a crowded list here in Stockholm. We have like 10 international game studios here, and they are all... And we have like 2 game design schools pumping out students. And also university students as well, because these game design schools are in like a craft college level, so they are not university level, so they are a step beneath university, and because these craft universities that has the game design educations, they usually or they're supposed to employ people from the industry in order to teach new students which will then go into the industry. That's the idea behind it, but it's not a fail-proof concept, because like for example in my class only 40% of the people in my class got basically an internship or a job afterwards. That was like what they said to us, like 40% only gets jobs afterwards. So yeah, and the programming part of the school was also kind of crowded as well. But yeah, a lot of people doesn't even work, or a lot of people that goes to the school doesn't even work in the industry afterwards. So I have like an ex-friend who actually like like an ex-friend, what you very mean, like we were friends but we aren't friends anymore, who actually went to the same school as I did. So I found that out later, actually, after I had started my education. But yeah, anyways, he got one of his games won the Swedish game industry awards. So you could like say that if you win that award, you basically get a free pass into the game industry. So, or at least you could hope so. Anyway, but the games released, yes, it's kind of depending on what games you want to make. A lot of indie game developers make games just to get like the experience, and some people just make it for the money, basically. But if you're gonna work in the gaming industry, you need to love games and really enjoy playing them. If you're only here for the money, then you're like in the wrong industry, basically. Shadowblue, what would testing for the game be free or would it cost? Testing games takes up a lot of resources and time, so it for the company it is not free. But the people that are testing usually signs an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, so they won't leak the information of the game, basically, and then you can you sometimes you give some freebies to the people who are tested just because they did it for free. But sometimes if you have a lot of money, you can give and no testers are available that want to do it for free. You can like give testers some money or some compensation for doing the tests. I always wanted to try develop a game, but coding seems hard. Yeah, the coding part is the hard part. Definitely it is a hard part of the game development cycle. But there are like, if you really want to, and I mean, I don't say that everyone can learn programming, because it's a complicated process and you probably need to have like an IQ of 100 or something like that in order to do programming. But I managed to do some simple programming, and I am like a novice in that programming language. So because my aim was to be a designer, since that is my background. But I've done programming in the past as well. So, but there are like AI tools that can help you in the programming part. Like you can ask ChatGPT how to program something. I've done it in the past, and I will say that I have not been able to solve a lot of the programming issues that I have had through AI, but sometimes it can help, and now it probably is a lot better than it used to be. So you could always try to ask ChatGPT if you like want to do something in programming, basically, or how to solve it. I usually stick with art, but AI and stuff, people don't really need his artist anymore. Yeah, thanks to AI, there is a lot of things going on. Yes, can't really say much. But yes, there may still be some artist jobs out there, but a lot of things are done with AI nowadays. I don't know. Also, if you're like a company like Disney, for example, and you have like massive amount of internal art that you store somewhere, and you take all that art into like an AI generator engine, and then you can basically produce like high quality art pieces from that AI. So like there is like I'm not sure if they have internal tools like AI tools and stuff like that, but I would say that they might have it. So yeah, art is probably being phased out by AI in the near future, but I cannot like say much about it. Well, I am not. To become a coder, would I need to major in something in college, or can I teach myself at home? Depends on what your goals are. And also, I am not a programmer, so I cannot say. This is just my point of view now, so just you know this. But you can become a homemade coder, but you will not have any like connection to like the game industry, unless you do have a lot of or if you're good at networking, then you might be able to get like coding jobs and stuff like that. But college, I would say be careful about college. It's like a huge investment, 3 years of your time, and yeah, but the good thing about college is that you can, if you're good enough and you have like luck on your side, you can be a programmer at Google and Facebook and those places. And in order to get a job in those places, you need to have like a college degree, a bachelor degree, or a master degree. And also, if you want to work in other countries, except the place where you live in, then I would say it also would be beneficial to have a college degree. My plan was to work in like the US and stuff like that, but I failed the last assignment on my college program, so I did not get my college degree. So I am fucked, basically. I'm majorly fucked, and I can't get out of that situation any time soon, because I don't have the money to actually redo my college things, basically. But I would say you can teach yourself to be a coder. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that, and online. I wouldn't necessarily pay for it, because there are a lot of like scammers and stuff like that out there. But yeah. I'm as bad as networking as NES game console. Yeah, I am bad at networking myself. I tried to do some networking, but people don't want to go up to me, basically. I had one Asian lady come up to me once during a networking event, and that's basically all I got from that networking event. I'm not important enough for people to come up to me, basically. Why the US? Would you have traveled all the way there and lived? Yeah, I mean, I would love to work in California at one of the big tech companies like Google and Facebook or something like that. That's like a legendary achievement if you manage to do that. Also, I hate the cold, so I would probably be a good fit to live in America because they have warm climate. Also, I would have liked to work for Blizzard Entertainment. They are in the California area, I believe, in Irving, I believe. And that would have been cool to work for. Also Naughty Dog, which is the creators of the Last of Us series. I would have liked to work for them as well. There are some, but mainly Blizzard, I guess, on the game, on the game development part. But yes, I would have moved there and lived there because I would have been a lot happier living in a warm climate and in the US, I believe. A lot happier than I am right now. I often get the feeling that people making such YouTube videos mainly want to brag rather than really teach anything. Yeah, it might be true. Some people, if they have good pedagogic skills, which is I can't say that word, but pedagogically, if you're good at pedagogy, then you can basically be good at teaching other people. It's the main scientific topic that teachers study in college. It's pedagogically. I can't pronounce it in English. It sounds so fucking terrible. I'm sorry for that. But those companies are evil. Yeah, some of the companies are evil. It depends, honestly. Some places are nice, yes. Literally, since they're cool, since they're, yeah, that's true. Listen, would have been nice to work at. But yeah, sunshine would have been nice. There are other companies, I believe Warframe is from America as well, which is a great game I followed for many years. Smite 2 or Smite is something I started to play in closed beta as well. I played that a lot. I'm basically a master at that game at this point. I would have kind of wanted to work at that place as well. But, yeah. see here. Houses are extremely high in California. Yes, they are extremely high and such. And I don't care. I would sleep in a van like a lot of other Google employees do. I've seen like next to a road, which is kind of close to Google, a lot of RVs are parked up aside the road, basically because they can't afford to live there, so they live in RVs instead, basically. There says pedagogy. Read those. Pedagogic. Doesn't sound right. Yeah, exactly. I'm practicing now so I can be that later. But yes, a lot of it is a big risk, but I would, if I manage to do it, I would be a lot happier in that. Happier there than I am here. Also, there are several other reasons to me wanting to live in like the States, but yes. The risk is about the same. There is a lot of violence and stuff here as well. Maybe not on something that is being talked about, but people are throwing grenades inside of stores and stuff like here as well, so it's not much difference. My social science teacher actually in high school told me that Sweden is 10 years behind America when it comes to social evolution. So everything that happens in America will soon happen in Sweden, basically. It's a good way to look at it, basically. Yeah, we're having a lot of gang violence, at least that's what the politicians are saying. Gang violence and basically a lot of gang shit going on. I think even I have been targeted by gangs, but trying to recruit me, but I am not in favor of that lifestyle. That is not me. Even if the state wants me to be a criminal, because they can make money out of me for being a criminal, so I try not to be. Because I have dreams and hopes in my life that I want to do rather than just fuck around and find out, basically. But a lot of people are getting unemployed because of AI, and a lot of people are losing jobs thanks to the recession and stuff like that. So there's like a very shitty situation in Sweden right now. some people have moved away from Sweden, but the only place I could like move to and be well adjusted to is probably like America or England. In England is a cold place, so Australia. I know a person that moved there. Actually, and Australia looks really nice to live in. Actually, it looks really nice, but they have a